Princess Kate back in the spotlight, joining the royal family for a weekend of remembrance, the first consecutive public appearances since her cancer diagnosis.
Kate Middleton's powerful return to the royal spotlight is sparking fresh tensions at Buckingham Palace, and insiders say it's reshaping the monarchy's inner dynamics. With the Queen Camilla stepping back due to health issues, Kate has taken a visible stand, symbolically reclaiming her influence by participating in key events despite her own health recovery. Whispers of rivalry and complex family dynamics are emerging once again, exposing the unresolved fractures within the royal household. Buckingham Palace announced her participation in two significant events: the Festival of Remembrance and the Cenotaph ceremony in London. This marks her first major public appearance since Prince William's return from South Africa.
On Sunday, taking part in somber commemorations at London's War Memorial, the ceremonial events led by King Charles, with Prince William at his side, as the princess looked on from a balcony, bowing her head during a moment of silence. On Saturday, she also joined the King and Prince William at the Royal Albert Hall, the first back-to-back official event since her cancer announcement last March.
Seeing her out and about at public duties will come as a huge reassurance for many people concerned about her health.
Queen Camilla's sudden withdrawal from royal engagements due to a chest infection has created significant scheduling challenges. The situation worsened when Duchess Sophie sustained a head injury at Legoland Windsor after being struck by a golf ball during an official visit, further straining the availability of senior royals for public duties. Behind palace walls, tensions between Kate Middleton and Queen Camilla have reached unprecedented levels. The conflict ignited during King Charles's coronation preparations when disagreements over guest list allocations sparked serious friction. Royal biographer Tom Bower reveals Camilla received significantly more guest invitations than Kate, creating visible tension during official ceremonies. This discord became publicly apparent when Kate and Prince William broke royal protocol by not curtsying to Camilla during a formal ceremony. Princess Anne escalated the situation by confronting Camilla about her title change during the coronation dinner. In front of gathered guests, she declared her intention to continue using Queen Consort rather than Queen, creating an awkward situation for King Charles. Kate's cancer battle has placed her at the center of public attention.
The princess making headlines again, marking a milestone in her slow return to public duties since announcing she completed chemotherapy last September.
Doing what I can to stay cancer-free is now my focus. Although I have finished chemotherapy, my path to healing and full recovery is long.
Prince William opened up about his wife's health last week during a trip to South Africa.
She's doing really well, thanks. She's been amazing this whole year.
And in a deeply personal interview, William reflecting on the toll the recent family health scares have taken.
Throughout her chemotherapy treatment, she faced mounting pressure to resume royal duties. Queen Camilla's visit during this vulnerable period turned controversial when she requested Kate's assistance with royal responsibilities, citing personal exhaustion. This request, made while Kate was still recovering, sparked widespread criticism and revealed deep-seated family tensions. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle voiced strong support for Kate from their American residents. However, sources indicate growing conflict between Harry and Camilla, with reports suggesting she's actively restricting Harry's access to King Charles during his cancer treatment. This development has added another layer of complexity to the already strained family dynamics. Harry's memoir, Spare, delivered unprecedented revelations about family relationships, particularly regarding Camilla's role in his parents' marriage. His Good Morning America interview revisited Diana's famous description of Camilla as the third person in her marriage to Charles, reopening old wounds and bringing past conflicts into current family dynamics. King Charles and Queen Camilla's marriage faces increased scrutiny as they appear separately at public events. Sources close to Prince William have expressed serious concerns about his parents' relationship stability. The enduring legacy of Princess Diana continues to influence public perception of their marriage, creating additional pressure on their public image. The relationship between Prince William and Harry has deteriorated significantly. Harry's memoir revealed his role as best man at William's 2011 wedding was largely ceremonial. designed for media consumption rather than reflecting their actual relationship. Harry disclosed that William's closest friends, not him, gave the traditional wedding speeches despite his official role. The memoir detailed how their brotherhood began fracturing years before Harry's departure from royal duties. Harry exposed private struggles behind public appearances, revealing complex family dynamics and expectations that contributed to their current estrangement. Their once close relationship now exists primarily through formal channels and occasional public events. Harry's 2020 departure from royal duties marked a sudden shift in the monarchy. Despite physical distance, he maintains Diana's legacy through the charitable work. These initiatives demonstrate his commitment to continuing his mother's humanitarian work while forging his own path. Diana's influence shapes Harry's approach to public service and family life. His decision to step back from royal duties mirrors his mother's struggles with the institution. He frequently references Diana's experiences when explaining his choices, particularly regarding media, pressure, and family protection. The Invictus Games specifically reflects Diana's commitment to helping marginalized communities. The current royal family faces unprecedented challenges with both King Charles and Kate managing serious health conditions. Charles's cancer diagnosis and Kate's ongoing recovery have forced major adjustments in royal duties. Prince William has emerged as a central figure, handling increased responsibilities while supporting his wife's recovery and maintaining his environmental initiatives.
Personal interview, William reflecting on the toll the recent family health scares have taken. "It's probably been the hardest year in my life," he said, adding, "I'm so proud of my wife. I'm proud of my father."
We've seen a real change in the way that they have been talking publicly about private issues.
Kate has been more active in the past few weeks, last month making a surprise appearance alongside William to visit the families of 3 girls killed in a stabbing attack this summer, also lending support to fellow cancer patients, meeting 16-year-old Liz Hatton at Windsor Castle. King Charles, just back from his first official tour overseas since going public with his cancer diagnosis, is still receiving treatment, but the palace says he'll return to a full schedule next year.
Monarchy's ability to adapt remains crucial during this period of multiple health crises. Traditional ceremonies continue with modified protocols, ensuring royal presence at significant events while accommodating health requirements. These changes reflect both practical necessity and institutional evolution. William's expanded role includes managing the Earth-Shot Prize, supporting Kate's recovery, and handling increased ceremonial duties. This complex balancing act provides insight into modern royal life's demands as he navigates its traditional responsibilities alongside contemporary challenges. Operational reports show Prince William balancing increased responsibilities with existing commitments. Documentation indicates strategic planning to maintain a royal presence at key events while managing family obligations. The royal calendar demonstrates careful coordination of public appearances, with priority given to constitutionally significant events. Records show maintained representation at state functions despite the reduced availability of several senior royals. Medical records confirm ongoing treatment schedules requiring flexible arrangements for royal duties. Palace communications indicate sustained management of public engagements while accommodating health requirements. Harry and Camilla's relationship remains particularly strained. Harry's memoir detailed their early interactions and Camilla's efforts to change her public image. His candid descriptions of her role in the family continue to influence current relationships and public perception. The pressure on Kate to resume duties during recovery has sparked widespread discussion about royal expectations versus personal well-being. This tension highlights evolving attitudes toward royal duties and health considerations in the modern era.
So, Kelly, what about Princess Kate's schedule for the rest of the year?
Well, Prince William actually hinted about that on that trip to South Africa last week. He said that hopefully she'll be doing a bit more next year. He didn't get much more specific than that, aside from suggesting that she might be going on some trips with him again. But we do know just in the next few weeks that she will be going through with her Christmas Carol service. It's at the beginning of December, and we may see her on that traditional Christmas Day walk to church with the royal family, which bizarrely is just around the corner, just in a few weeks.
Oh, I know. We've been shopping till we drop already on the Today Show, Kelly. Thank you.
Charity work remained central to both William and Harry's public roles, though now conducted through separate organizations. Their initiatives continue Diana's humanitarian legacy while adapting to current circumstances. William focuses on environmental causes through the Earthshot Prize, while Harry emphasizes veteran support and mental health awareness. Palace sources report constant adjustments to accommodate health requirements while maintaining essential royal duties. These modifications ensure the monarchy's continued functioning despite personal challenges. The institution demonstrates remarkable resilience in adapting to changing circumstances while preserving core traditions. The monarchy's future faces both challenges and opportunities as it navigates these complex dynamics. William's emergence as a central figure, while maintaining focus on environmental and social causes, suggests potential directions for institutional evolution. Family relationships continue to influence royal operations. The distance between Harry and William affects charitable initiatives and public appearances. Their separate paths demonstrate how personal dynamics shape institutional function. Diana's legacy influences both princes' approaches to royal duty and public service. Their different interpretations of her example contribute to their divergent paths while maintaining her humanitarian spirit. Current developments represent a crucial period in royal history, testing the monarchy's ability to balance tradition with necessary change. The outcome of present situations will likely influence the institution's future direction and public role. The royal family's experience reflects broader societal challenges in balancing public duties with personal well-being. Their navigation of these issues continues to capture public attention and shape perceptions of monarchy in modern society. This period of transition and challenge may ultimately strengthen the monarchy by forcing necessary adaptations while preserving essential traditions. The institution's ability to evolve while maintaining continuity remains central to its survival and relevance in contemporary Britain. The story of the British royal family continues to evolve, shaped by personal relationships, health challenges, institutional pressures. Their ability to navigate these complex dynamics while maintaining public duties and family relationships will determine the monarchy's future. As the institution faces multiple challenges, logically, its capacity for adaptation while preserving core values becomes increasingly important. The balance between tradition and change, personal well-being and public duty continues to shape the monarchy's evolution. The future of the British monarchy depends on its ability to maintain relevance while preserving essential traditions. Current challenges test this balance as the institution adapts to changing circumstances while maintaining its constitutional role. The country music world has long been captivated by the one-of-a-kind persona of Willie Nelson, but the legendary singer and songwriter has recently unveiled a shocking revelation that has left his legions of fans and industry peers utterly stunned.
I would say Willie Nelson is most well known for being Willie Nelson.
He is one of the greats, and he really led the charge in the freedom for artists to do what they want to do.
But more than that, he's a huge figure in American popular culture right now. Willie Nelson is a household name to anybody.
He really was one of the first ones to kind of stand up and say no to the industry in Nashville and that we're going to do it our way. The thing about Willie is that his type of music still influences people today.
The man is huge. While he's not a one-name success like Fabian or Elvis or say, Jesus, he is a two-name success. Everyone knows who Willie Nelson is. And I've never met anybody that when the name Willie Nelson is broached said anything bad. Not once.
Nelson's journey from a small-town Texas boy to one of the most recognizable and influential figures in American music is a tale of resolute determination, artistic innovation, and a steadfast commitment to staying true to oneself. Born on April 29, 1933, in the tiny town of Abbott, Texas, Nelson was raised by his devoted grandparents during the hard years of the Great Depression.
Willie Nelson's life is much like one of his great country music songs. Lots of tall tales with a fair share of heartbreak. Born during the Depression, Willie was raised on a farm by his grandparents in Abbott, Texas. He and his older sister, Bobby, came from humble beginnings, but their grandparents provided a loving environment, encouraging music, family, and faith.
On the road again.
Willie had a wanderlust spirit, in search of work and adventure, sometimes as a disc jockey or a musician, even selling encyclopedias door to door. But it was music that had always protected him and eventually would provide for him. Willie got his first taste of success in Nashville selling songs.
His grandparents had a musical background, and Nelson has described them as dedicated musical teachers. They encouraged Willie and his sister to play and learn, going so far as to order musical books from Chicago. It was this early exposure to music, coupled with his grandfather's guitar lessons, that laid the foundation for what would become Nelson's extraordinary career.
How and why did you become a musician?
Well, I've always loved music, and I grew up with, my sister Bobby played piano, and so I started sitting on the piano stool with her while she was playing. And at the same time, my granddad gave me an old harmony guitar, so I started trying to play what she was playing. But I've been writing poems since I was 7 or 8 years old.
You remember the first poem you wrote?
Yeah. What are you looking at me for? I ain't got nothing to say.
As a young boy, Nelson's natural talent and restless spirit were already apparent. He wrote his first song at the age of 7 and joined his first band, the Bohemian Polka, when he was just 9 years old. "I don't know where I'd have gone if I could have," Nelson said, "but I had the itch early on the itch to look beyond the end of the road." After a brief stint in the U.S. Air Force and a brief enrollment at Baylor University, Nelson's musical aspirations led him to the country music capital of Nashville in 1960. It was there that he would hone his craft, forging close relationships with other songwriters and artists. "I never was a natural fit for the traditional Nashville country music mold," Nelson admitted. "Whenever producers tried to make me fit, they only succeeded in stripping away the qualities that made me unique, such as my unusual manner of phrasing." This unwavering commitment to his own artistic vision would later become a defining characteristic of the outlaw country movement that he helped spearhead. Nelson's songs, including the now classics Crazy, Funny How Time Slips Away, and Hello Walls, found great success when recorded by other artists. However, his own recording career struggled to gain traction during the 1960s, leading him to a point of near retirement in 1970. Nelson recalled, "One night I got so down on myself that I lay down in the middle of the street in front of Tootsie's Orchid Lounge in Nashville and waited for a car to come by and run me over. When no cars came along for quite a while, it occurred to me that there was no one to blame for this sorry situation other than myself." Fortunately, Nelson's fortunes would soon change. In 1972, he moved to the vibrant music scene of Austin, Texas, where he found a renewed sense of purpose and artistic inspiration. The burgeoning hippie music scene rejuvenated the singer. His popularity in Austin soared as he played his own brand of country music, marked by country, folk, and jazz influences. It was during this time that Nelson would forge a close friendship with fellow outlaw country star Kris Kristofferson. The two artists had crossed paths in the 1960s, but it was in the 1970s that their bond truly blossomed. "I think I was different from the other guys and that I came in as a fan of all of them," Kristofferson told the AP in 2005. "I respected them when I was still in the Army. When I went to Nashville, they were like major heroes to me because they took music seriously. Being recorded by them, being friends with them, and working alongside them felt unreal. It was like seeing my face on Mount Rushmore."
For those of us who are a certain kind of songwriter, Willie Nelson's always been a symbol of the finest of the spirit, of the freedom we believed in. And he was our hero, and he never let us down. And so it's a great pleasure for me to be working with him on the show.
The formation of the supergroup The Highwaymen, which also included Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings, marked a pivotal moment in the careers of both Nelson and Kristofferson. When I look back now, I know Willie says it was the best time of his life, Kristofferson reflected. For me, I wish I had been more aware of how short that time would be. It was several years, but it felt like the blink of an eye. I wish I had cherished each moment. Tragically, Kristofferson's life ended in 2024, when he passed away at the age of 88. Nelson, as the sole surviving member of the Highwaymen, has now broken his silence on the matter, revealing a shocking truth about his dear friend. "There's no better songwriter alive than Kris Kristofferson," Nelson said at a 2009 BMI Award ceremony for Kristofferson. "Everything he writes is a standard, and we're all just going to have to live with that." Despite the profound grief he's endured, Nelson remains steadfast in his commitment to preserving the memory and the music of his dear friend, Nelson Syed. "Just like half of the world, I was lucky enough to work with Kris. He was a poet, truly inside and out, and a damn good actor. His screen presence was remarkable. Working with Kris was one of the highlights of my life," acclaimed director Martin Scorsese shared. "Working with him was one of the highlights of my life." Despite the challenges he faced, including a highly publicized battle with the IRS in the 1990s, Willie Nelson remained steadfast in his commitment to his craft and his social activism. In 1990, the IRS seized most of Nelson's assets, claiming that he owed $32 million in unpaid taxes. The difficulty of paying his outstanding debt was aggravated by weak investments he had made during the 1980s. However, Nelson refused to be deterred, releasing the IRS tapes, Who'll Buy My Memories, as a double album with all profits destined for the IRS. Many of his assets were auctioned and purchased by friends who donated or rented his possessions to him for a nominal fee. Nelson eventually cleared his debts by 1993. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, Nelson continued to tour extensively and release new music, exploring a wide range of genres, from reggae and blues to jazz and folk. His 2010 album, Country Music, a compilation of standards produced by T-Bone Burnett, was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Americana Album. In addition to his musical achievements, Nelson has also made a significant impact as an activist, co-founding the Farm Aid organization in 1985 to support American family farmers. Along with Neil Young and John Mellencamp, he set up Farm Aid in 1985 to assist and increase awareness of the importance of family farms. After Bob Dylan's comments during the Live Aid concert that he hoped some of the money would help American farmers in danger of losing their farms through mortgage debt. Nelson's advocacy for the legalization of marijuana has also been a prominent part of his public persona. He is a co-chair of the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, NORML Advisory Board, and has been a vocal proponent of cannabis reform for decades. After his arrest for possession of marijuana in 2010, Nelson created the Teapot Party under the motto, "Tax it, regulate it, and legalize it." Nelson's commitment to social and environmental causes has earned him widespread respect and admiration, both within the music industry and among the general public. In 2010, Nelson received the Feed the Peace Award from the Nobelity Project for his extensive work with Farm Aid and overall contributions to world peace. Nelson's legacy as a trailblazer and a cultural icon has been further cemented by the numerous accolades and honors he has received over the course of his career. In 1993, he was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, and in 1998, he received the prestigious Kennedy Center Honors. In 2011, Nelson was inducted into the National Agricultural Hall of Fame for his work with Farm Aid, and in 2015, he was awarded the Gershwin Prize, the Lifetime Achievement Award of the Library of Congress. Willie Nelson has also released his latest album, Last Leaf on the Tree. the 153rd record in the legendary singer's extensive catalog, this new offering has been hailed as a poignant and introspective addition to Nelson's musical legacy. At the age of 91, Nelson continues to defy expectations, proving that his creative spark and musical virtuosity remain as strong as ever. Last Leaf on the Tree released on the 1st of November. Songs from his new album Last Leaf on the Tree. His 153rd record, Willie Nelson re-released the 152nd album just 6 months ago in May. At the age of 91, he is still one of the most prolific musicians out there, simultaneously a pillar of American culture and an icon in the counterculture. Canadian radio personality Matt Galloway noted,
his new album, Last Leaf on the Tree, his 153rd record. Willie Nelson released the 152nd album just 6 months ago in May. At the age of 91, he is still one of the most prolific musicians out there, simultaneously a pillar of American culture and an icon in the counterculture.
The album's title track, Last Leaf on the Tree, serves as a metaphorical reflection on Nelson's own journey, as the last leaf standing in the wake of the passing of his dear friend and fellow highwayman Chris Christopherson, who died September 28, 2024. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos.